Vanishing Wildlife, Gorillas and Other Primates, written by Honor Head. What is a primate? Primates are a large group of animals that include chimpanzees, monkeys, gorillas, apes, lemurs, and humans. They vary in size from the big, awesome gorillas to tiny tamarins. Most primates live in trees in large social groups. Nearly a third of all species of primates are seriously under threat of extinction in the wild. This is mainly because people are destroying the forests where these animals live for logging, new settlements, farming, and mining. Hunters kill the adults, especially females, so that babies can be taken and sold as pets. Many larger primates, such as gorillas, are killed as bushmeat. This book lists some of the primates that are on the IUCN, International Union for the Conservation of Nature, Red List. The IUCN is an organization that monitors the threat of extinction of animals and their habitats around the world. The threatened animals are then placed in one of 7 categories that make up the Red List. Extinct. Not one individual left alive. Extinct in the wild. None left alive in the wild. Critically endangered. Extremely high risk of extinction in the wild in the immediate future. Endangered. High risk of extinction in the wild in the near future. Vulnerable. High risk of becoming endangered. Near threatened. Likely to become endangered in the wild. Least concern. Low risk of endangerment in the wild overall, but certain areas might be at risk. Data deficient. Not enough information has been gathered to know its risk of endangerment. The mighty gorilla in the picture on this page is one of the many animals that are close to extinction in the wild. Barbary macaque. Also called Barbary ape, but it is not an ape. Endangered. Length up to 27.5 inches, 70 centimeters. Weight up to 22 pounds, 10 kilograms. Need to know. These largish monkeys can live in groups of up to 60 individuals, but the average is about 24. The strongest male controls or dominates the group. Females stay with the group for life, but young males leave and find another group. Macaques eat mainly fruit, leaves, bark, and roots, but occasionally they also eat small insects. They live in Gibraltar and the forests of northern Morocco and northern Algeria. Why are they endangered? Barbary macaques once roamed across the whole of North Africa, but they have been hunted for many years and now only live in small areas. Many groups of macaques are endangered because their habitat is being cleared for logging. Also, farmers trap and kill the monkeys because they damage crops. Others are hunted and killed by dogs. Baby macaques are also caught and sold as pets. Black and white ruffed lemur. Critically endangered. Length up to 4 feet, 120 centimeters. Weight up to 10 pounds, 4.5 kilograms. Need to know. The black and white ruffed lemur is one of the largest of the lemur species. It has mainly white fur with black patches, long limbs, and a long bushy tail. It has large, round, yellow eyes and a ruff of fur around its head and neck. Lemurs live in noisy groups in rainforests in Madagascar. They spend most of their time in trees and use their hands, feet, and tail to swing from tree to tree. As well as eating fruit, seeds, and leaves, these lemurs use their slim snouts and long tongues to reach the nectar inside flowers. Lemurs howl and make loud alarm calls that sound like barks that can be heard nearly half a mile, 1 kilometer, through the forests where they live. Sadly, this makes them easier for people to hunt for food. Why are they endangered? Black and white ruffed lemurs have fallen in number by more than 80% since the early 1980s. This is mostly because of the loss of their rainforest habitat by logging for timber, farming, new settlements, and mining. The lemurs are also often hunted for their meat, which can fetch a high price. Bonobo, also called pygmy chimpanzee, endangered. Height up to 3 feet, 0.9 meters. Weight up to 99 pounds, 45 kilograms. Need to know. Bonobos look very similar to chimpanzees, but they have a black face and black hair with a parting down the middle, while chimpanzees have a pink face and no parting in their hair. Unlike chimpanzees, which are often quite aggressive, bonobos are very sociable and live in large groups, caring for each other and their young. The females rule the groups, which are run by one dominant female. Bonobos eat mainly fruit, but will also eat small mammals and insects. They spend a lot of time in the forest canopy, moving through the trees, searching for fruit and other food, and sometimes they travel on the ground. At night, they make nests in the trees where they sleep. They live in tropical forests of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Africa. Why are they endangered? Bonobos are under threat from habitat loss and are hunted for bushmeat. Civil war and poverty in Central Africa is causing increased hunting, which is destroying wildlife across the region. Chimpanzee, endangered. Height up to 3 feet, 94 centimeters. Weight up to 154 pounds, 70 kilograms. Need to know. Chimpanzees belong to the ape family and are one of the closest relations to humans, sharing 98% of the same genes. Chimpanzees are very sociable and live in large groups, and chimp friends hold hands and kiss each other. They communicate with a range of noises, body language, and facial expressions. Chimpanzees are highly intelligent and are known to make tools to help them catch food. For example, they will strip the leaves off a small branch and push it into an ant nest. The ants cling to the stick, which the chimpanzees lick clean when they pull it out. Chimps also eat leaves, flowers, and seeds. They hunt as a group to catch other monkeys to eat, especially young colobus monkeys. Why are they endangered? Extensive deforestation in Central and West Africa is wiping out the chimpanzees' habitat. They are also hunted for bushmeat and as pets. In some areas, chimpanzees catch diseases such as Ebola from humans and die. Cotton-top tamarin, critically endangered. Length up to 10 inches, 25 centimeters. Weight up to 1 pound. Need to know. Cotton-top tamarins spend most of their time in trees in the tropical forests of North Colombia and South America. They live in small groups and during the day look for food such as fruit, berries, and small insects. Seeds of the fruit pass through them whole and can start to grow where they drop. So these monkeys are important in helping to make sure trees spread and are replaced. At night, the tamarins like to sleep together in the same tree, draped over the branches. Unlike many other primates, all members of the group, including all the males, care for the young. Cotton-top tamarins can make as many as 38 sounds that have different meanings, such as being happy, fearful, or playful. Some noises are warnings. Why are they endangered? The main threat to these animals is habitat loss, as rainforest is cleared for timber, fuel, and new settlements. Hundreds of tamarins are trapped and sold as pets. Golden lion tamarin. Endangered. Length up to 11 inches, 28 centimeters. Weight up to 1.5 pounds, 650 grams. Need to know. These little monkeys have an eye-catching red-gold coat of long hair covering their heads and bodies. They have long hands and feet for clinging to trees, and a long tail for hanging from branches and for balance. They eat fruit, flowers, and small animals such as lizards, spiders, and frogs. They live in small groups in rainforests along the southeastern coast of Brazil. Tamarins have long claws that they use to pull out insects from under the bark of trees. They also dig their claws into the bark when they are resting so they don't fall off. Why are they endangered? In 1980, only 100 of these little tamarins were left in the wild. Today, 95% of their habitat has been cleared, and only isolated patches of trees remain. A big conservation education program in Brazil has helped to increase their numbers, but the species still needs protection to make sure it does not become extinct. Japanese macaque. Least concern. Length up to 4 feet, 1.2 meters. Weight up to 66 pounds, 30 kilograms. Need to know. Japanese macaques have gray to brown fur, a short tail, and a red face. They live in groups called troops. These monkeys spend a lot of time grooming each other and looking after their young. In winter, they keep warm by sitting in the hot springs found in the mountain areas of Japan. They walk on all fours or upright if they are holding something. They store food in their cheeks when hunting. They eat leaves, berries, small animals, and insects. A troop of macaques that live by the ocean has learned to clean sand off their sweet potatoes by washing them in the sea. Then they realized that the potato tasted better with salt, so they often dip the potato in the sea between each bite to make it taste better. Why are they endangered? The Japanese macaque's natural forest habitat is disappearing fast as the human population clears it for settlements and farms. The monkeys raid farms for food and so are hunted and killed by farmers. More than 10,000 macaques are killed each year to protect crops. Kirk's red colobus monkey. Endangered. Body length up to 25.5 inches, 65 centimeters. Tail length up to 30 inches, 77 centimeters. Weight up to 25 pounds, 11 kilograms. Need to know. Kirk's red colobus was first spotted by Sir John Kirk on the island of Zanzibar during the 1860s. Unlike all other monkeys, it does not have thumbs, and its hands curve so they can easily hook onto branches as it swings through the trees. The monkeys usually live in small groups of one male and several females and their young. They eat mainly leaves and have a special stomach that can hold food up to a quarter of their body weight so that it can be digested later. These monkeys are very acrobatic and can make huge flying leaps from one tree to the next using their tail as a balance. Why are they endangered? Only about 1,000 of these animals remain in the wild. Their natural habitat is being cleared for timber, charcoal, farmland, settlements, and illegal logging. This species is also hunted for bushmeat, and many are killed on the new roads. Lar gibbon. Endangered. Length up to 26 inches, 66 centimeters. Weight up to 17.5 pounds, 8 kilograms. Need to know. Lars have long arms and legs and move quickly and easily through the trees. They often walk along branches with their arms raised above their head for balance. Lars very rarely come down to the ground. They make a loud whooping noise that can be heard from great distances. They live in small family groups and eat leaves, shoots, flowers, insects, eggs, and occasionally birds. Lar gibbons are found in forests of South China, Myanmar, Thailand, Malaya, and Sumatra. Why are they endangered? The main threat to these gibbons is from deforestation, with its rainforest habitat being cleared for timber, fuel, and new rubber and oil plantations. They are also hunted for bushmeat, and females are shot and killed so that the babies can be taken for the pet trade. Mandrill. Vulnerable. Length up to 32 inches, 80 centimeters. Weight up to 80 pounds, 36 kilograms. Need to know. The largest of the monkey family, mandrills, are a multicolored wonder. They have a red and blue face, an orange-yellow beard, thick brown hair, and a bright red, pink, and blue bottom. The color of a mandrill's bottom changes from red to purple when they become very excited. The colors are brighter in the males than the females. Mandrills live in groups called troops or hordes, with some troops having over 900 individuals. They are noisy animals, making loud screams and barks as they wander through the rainforests of West Africa. Mandrills sleep in the trees but hunt on the ground for small mammals and insects. They also eat seeds, leaves, fruit, frogs, ants, and flowers. Inside their mouth are two pouches or pockets where they can store food to eat later. These big monkeys can be very scary to look at, and when threatened will stretch out their arms and open their mouths wide to show off their enormous sharp teeth. Why are they endangered? Whole troops of mandrills are killed by hunters for bushmeat, which is highly prized across Africa. Also, their habitat is being cleared for roads, farmland, and new settlements. Mountain gorilla. Endangered. Height up to 6 feet, 1.8 meters. Weight up to 350 pounds, 159 kilograms. Need to know. Gorillas are the largest primates and have a large body with long, strong arms and a massive chest covered in long, thick black hair. They have the thickest hair of all the gorillas to help keep them warm. They walk on their hind feet and the knuckles of their hands. Mountain gorillas are herbivores, and they feed on over 100 different types of vegetation. They are powerful animals, but shy and gentle and very sociable. They live in groups of around 11 individuals, but there can be as many as 40 in a group. The group is led by a silverback, a dominant male with a silver stripe running down his back. They live in the mountain forests of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Uganda. Why are they endangered? Only about 800 mountain gorillas still exist in the wild. Poachers are a major threat because they kill the gorillas for bushmeat and sell the young to local people as pets. Their forest habitat is also being cleared for mining, timber, fuel, and settlements. Ongoing civil wars where they live have resulted in many more gorillas being killed. Recently, there has been an increase in local ecotourism, which helps to bring money into the local human communities, but tourists can also bring diseases with them that harm the gorillas. Orangutan. Endangered, Bornean orangutan. Critically endangered, Sumatran orangutan. Length up to 5 feet, 1.5 meters. Weight up to 200 pounds, 90 kilograms. Need to know. Orangutans can walk upright and on all fours, but they seldom do. They have long arms and legs that they use to swing through the trees in rainforests in Borneo and Sumatra. They have a reddish-brown, shaggy coat. They are arboreal, spending most of their time in the trees and rarely touching the ground. They eat insects such as termites and fruit. At night, orangutans make a nest of leaves and twigs in the trees where they sleep. Adults live alone or as pairs. Why are they endangered? Orangutans are slow and gentle and have been hunted ruthlessly for hundreds of years. Recently, habitat loss has become the main threat to orangutans. In the past 20 years, 80% of their forest habitat has been cleared for oil palm plantations, farmland, and settlements. Many of these animals have died in the fierce fires that are lit to clear the forests. Females are also killed so their babies can be sold as pets. Philippine tarsier. Near threatened. Length up to 6 inches, 16 centimeters. Tail length up to 10.6 inches, 27 centimeters. Weight up to 6 ounces. Need to know. This amazing-looking primate has the biggest eyes relative to its body weight of any mammal. It has a small body with long back legs, shorter front legs, and a long, hairless tail with a tuft of hair at the end. Its silky fur varies in color from orange to brown. It has very long, knobbly fingers and toes that help it to grip branches as it leaps through the trees. The tarsier rests during the day and searches for insects, lizards, birds, and bats to eat at night. It lives in rainforests and mangroves in the Philippines. The tarsier cannot move its huge eyes, but it can turn its head nearly all the way round to look for prey. Why are they endangered? Much of the rainforest where tarsiers live has been cleared for timber, fuel, settlements, and farmland. They are also popular pets, and many are captured illegally for the pet trade around the world. Only about 1,000 are left in the wild. Proboscis monkey. Endangered. Length up to 2.5 feet, 72 centimeters. Weight up to 24 pounds, 11 kilograms. Need to know. This strange-looking monkey has a very long nose or proboscis. They have reddish and cream-colored hair with a tuft of dark red hair on top of their heads. Their long tails are the same length as their bodies. They are excellent swimmers and can slip into the water and swim across rivers silently so they don't draw attention to themselves. They live in groups called troops and sleep in trees, mainly on branches that overhang water, so they are safe from predators. Proboscis monkeys usually spend the day eating the leaves of mangrove and pradata trees and then rest. They are found in Borneo in mangrove forests near swamps and rivers. In older monkeys, the nose can grow so long that they have to move it aside to eat. Their noses swell and turn red when they become angry or excited. When there is danger, they make a loud honking noise that makes their noses stand out straight. Why are they endangered? Habitat loss is the main reason that this monkey is under threat. Rainforests and mangrove swamps across Borneo have been cleared to make way for timber forests and new oil palm plantations. They are also hunted for their fur and as bushmeat. Ring-tailed lemur. Near threatened. Length up to 3.6 feet, 1.10 meters. Weight up to 7.7 pounds, 3.5 kilograms. Need to know. This lemur has a very long and bushy black and white ringed tail. It also has a long body and long limbs, and on the ground it walks on all fours. Ring-tailed lemurs use their limbs and tail to swing through the trees and hang from branches. They are very sociable animals and live in groups called troops that are led by the females. During the day, they sit upright and sunbathe and groom each other. They eat fruit, leaves, flowers, and insects. Male lemurs have stink fights. If a male is competing with another male for a female, he will rub his tail on the scent glands on his wrists and near his armpits, and then wave his smelly tail at the other male. The other male will either run away or scent his own tail and wave it back. Why are they endangered? More than 90% of the forest in Madagascar, where these lemurs live, has been cleared for timber, farmland, and settlements. Other threats are from hunters who kill them for bushmeat, and the young are also being captured and sold as pets. Western lowland gorilla. Critically endangered. Height up to 6 feet, 1.8 meters. Weight up to 308 pounds, 140 kilograms. Need to know. This mighty gorilla is the largest of the ape family. It has coarse black hair on most of its body, except for its broad chest, face, palms, and the soles of its feet. Mature male gorillas are called silverbacks because they have a streak of silvery gray hair running down their back. Gorillas live in groups of up to 20 females and young, which are led by one dominant male silverback. They live in swampy rainforests in Central Africa. They eat mainly fruit and spend the day searching for fruit, resting, and grooming each other. Adult males perform noisy displays to show off in front of other males or to scare away any intruders. They stand up and beat their chest, run around ripping up and throwing vegetation, and run at other gorillas in a mock charge. Why are they endangered? Between 1992 and 2007, thousands of western gorillas died when the Ebola virus spread through the population. Today, their rainforest habitat is being destroyed for timber, fuel, farmland, and settlements. Hunters kill many of these gorillas for their meat, which is a symbol of wealth and status.